Hi everyone, so today we're going to be looking at teaching our dog to settle on a mat. It's something we teach in our puppy training classes, but it's also a really good life skill for your dog, and it's really good for promoting calmness, particularly inside. But it is something that you can transfer out and about. So I like to use a mat that is quite you can take it out with you, basically easy to roll up and take out with you, so it's quite portable. So I use a bit of vet bed for Ruby Roo. It's nice and soft as well. So this mat is her cue to get onto a boundary and to relax, whereas some other form of boundaries that I use, like raised beds or place boards, are more a boundary where she will go onto that and wait for a next instruction. Whereas what I want her to do on the mat is to relax and settle, and to show more relaxation behaviours. Good. So I don't know if you saw there was a little hip roll actually, so I'm going to reward that. So we're going to look at how we start this exercise from scratch. And so I'm just going to get Ruby off the mat. Okay. So what you want to do to start with is get your mat off the ground, and as soon as you put that mat down, you're going to reward any interaction with the mat. Okay, so I'm going to put the mat on the floor. As soon as she gets on it, I'm going to reward her by just placing food on the mat. So it's just literally rewarding food on the mat. And to start with, don't be stingy with this, right? You want to make it valuable in being there. Just using her normal daily food here. She's not getting anything extra. And actually, it's better to use a slightly lower value food for this, because you don't really want them getting too excited about the food. All right, it's more about trying to promote calm and relaxation. Okay, so all I'm doing is just calmly delivering that food. I'm not marking her either. I'm not using a clicker or a verbal marker with this. I'm just literally just using food to encourage her to come onto the mat. She's obviously decided that bow is her position of choice. Okay, when that bum goes down, I'm going to reward that. So all we're looking for when she comes onto the mat is that she chooses a more relaxed position. Okay, so she's chosen to go into a down. That's great. You might not find that straight away. You might just find that they go onto the mat and they'll stand there while they're feeding treats, and that's fine to start with. Every now and then we can release them off. So I'm going to release her off by saying okay and throwing a treat to the side. Good girl. Back on the mat. Good girl. And actually she went straight down into a down. But I don't know if you noticed that her down position is quite square. So her hind legs are tucked underneath her, a bit like a sphinx. And actually what I want from her is a bit more of a relaxed, settled position. Now you can try and lure your dog into that position. Ruby sort of kind of fights it a little bit, if I'm honest. But if I try to turn her head towards her inside belly, what you should find is her bum flops over. But as I say, she kind of fights it a little bit. So what I try and do with her is just wait for her to offer me a more relaxed position. But you can see here, she's kind of waiting for something. She's not really relaxed at the moment. So I'm just going to release her off again. Okay. So just want you to do this a few times with your dogs. Okay. Again, like I say, it doesn't matter if they sit or lie down or choose to stand. It doesn't really matter at the moment. Just want you to create a value in being on the mat. And that is step one. Good girl.